IMAX 3D and Dolby. This year we had so many great movies coming out in the year, but only 10 can be nominated top 10 best of the year 2023. Let's talk about it. Hi, how you doing today? It's just Jazzy here. Hope you're having a good day. And today we are counting down the top 10 best movies of the year in 2023. Now, we gotta have some rules before we even talk about this. Rules. Movies had to be played in theaters. So from January 1st to December 31st, as long as the movie had a theatrical release and a theatrical run, that is what we're counting about. And I'm sorry, I'm a one-man team. I edit the videos, I record the videos, I do everything by myself. And this isn't my full-time job just yet. But once I make it my career, then I could start covering streaming shows, online stuff. But right now, movies in theaters is what we're talking about, especially in premium formats. So the way this top 10 list I curated was top 10. Half of it is influenced by my thoughts, my feelings, my overall emotions, what I was going through in the time of the year when I was watching the movie, which I'll explain for each individual segments that we talk about it. But the other half is also I took my subjectivity out of the film and looked at the film objectively and looked to see if the general consensus of the audience and the population liked this. So notice that I didn't say those mean critics, because usually on this channel we don't talk about those mean critics because they're mean. They don't really like movies that we like. And of course, right now I'm on your side. I've always been on your side. I'm in the audience side. I'm your man. So usually that's why we don't talk about the mean critics. And before we talk about this list, what is your top 10 list? Comments below. I want to know what resonated with you the most. And don't worry if your movie is not on this list, because next in a few days we're doing another list, doing the 10 to 20, because there's just been so many movies that came out this year, such as anime films to concert films to rock films to music films to adult narrative thriller movies, and also big summer blockbusters. So let me know what is your top 10. And without further ado, we're gonna talk about the top 10 right now. And number 10, we have Chevalier, and we went to go see this in Norma. The reason why I put this in number 10, it's a history period piece point set in time of the late 1700s with the French Revolution of Joseph Boulogne, played by Karen Helvison Jr. This guy, even in the late 1700s, is a great fencer but also a great violinist trying to do his own orchestra or opera. I used to play violin in my life, so that's why I resonated with this film, because I used to play violin, but also the music, the score, the unforbidden romance. Of course, you know me, I love romance. I used to go to school for being a romantic therapist, but I quit so I can do YouTube. But still, this movie I really like. And it's weird because I usually don't like old stuff like that. I usually like new futuristic House Martini type dude, and this movie really connected with me. The costumes, the set designs, of course, the romance, the music, the orchestra. This guy, I'm gonna give you a quote. This quote is from Martin Luther King Jr. It says, "Freedom is never given voluntarily by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed." And the reason why I bring that movie up is because this guy, black man in a predominantly white world, trying to become the best fencer, become the best opera, trying to do violin, he even beats them in their old game. And literally at the beginning of the movie, it's two violinists going head to head in what it feels like a battle to see who's better. And of course he wins because Chevalier, that's why he's the movie. So I loved it because it has drama, romance, French Revolution, and music. And this movie literally captivated me. It was so engaging, not in terms of like the characters, but also the subject matter material. Number 9, we have Barbie in Dolby. That's right, we went to go see this in Dolby. And I can't even think of what top 10 list does not have Barbie in this. Barbie came out at a crucial time for theaters. This was a cultural phenomenon with Oppenheimer, with still everybody literally wearing pink. Went to go see the theater. I was a waiter on Thursday and I saw all the beautiful ladies and the MILFs wearing pink to go see this in theaters. And the first time Ken appeared at the theater, everyone was like, oh my god. And they also re-released it in IMAX. And also this movie had great soundtracks such as Peaches is overall Dance the Night Away, but also it had good comedy, like with the two Kens beaching off. He's like, why are you getting emotional? And it's like so funny in the way I thought, but also tackling women's rights and issues predominantly in the subject matter in the way that it's supposed to be talked about, not in terms of demeaning, but also just being aware of what women are going through in the present day-to-day life. And number 8, we have Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, and we want to go see this in IMAX. This has a great ensemble and the cast of characters, but also introducing D&D to newcomers like me. As soon as I left the theater, I wanted to know how to play D&D. I wanted to learn about the groups. I wanted to learn about like what can I do in this tabletop game. But this is a fun action adventure with some nice laughter and serious moments and a heartful beats in between the characters. And the cast was amazing. We have Sophia Lillis, Michelle Rodriguez, as well as Chris Pine, and also Justice Smith in the cast as well. Yes, they have some friendships, they have hints of romance, but there is one thing that we're not talking about that I'm gonna bring it up to you right now. We are tackling the elephant in the room.
And the game of the year is Baldur's Gate 3.
the video game Baldur's Gate 3 that literally won Game of the Year this year in 2023. And hint, hint, you'll see a lot of game intuition with the movies that we're talking about, because video games and movies are going hand to hand very closer now. They are intersecting in terms of the media that we consume with, because I like the movie. I think I gave it like a B, and I'll link below to all the movies I done reviews in their personal YouTube channels. For me, I'll link them below. But when I saw the movie, I wanted to know more. And then months later, Baldur's Gate 3 literally came out on PC and PlayStation 5, and I have played it on the PlayStation 5 a lot. There's romance, you can do different characters. It's based on the 5th edition of D&D. So me asking for Dungeons and Dragons, literally they dropped the Game of the Year on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5, and the game just reignited my love for the movie as well, because I watched it again when I was playing the video game. I was like, yes, this game is amazing, the movie is amazing, and putting them together was just awesome. And number seven, we have Creed 3, and we went to go watch this in IMAX. I love the first two Creeds, and it's weird because the first two Creeds came out during the Thanksgiving season. For this to come out in late winter, early spring was a different weird release strategy, but the way I really liked it was because this was a more personal tale to Adonis's Creed character, giving us his history of the backstory and his childhood friend coming to dethrone him in terms of like taking his title away. Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut with this movie was amazing, because he literally said in multiple interviews, anime, he took inspiration from anime. But that show from Dragon Ball Z, he literally said he took inspiration from anime. And there's a scene in the movie where he's fighting Jonathan Majors, and it's like this. I'm not gonna show it to you because I don't want to get copyrighted, but he literally said that took from anime. And if you watch Dragon Ball Z, you know that Majin, Vegeta, and Goku literally had the same thing. When I was watching this movie, I felt strong with the training sequences, the montages, the who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, and Adonis's Creed character has more at stake because he's literally married now and has a child. So it's not just him alone, it's him and his family. And I thought this was a great movie to represent that going forward. And number six, we have Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour in IMAX. We saw this in IMAX, and honestly, when I said earlier concept films, this was, wow, this movie was amazing. Even though it's not technically a movie, it's still in this runner-up, because remember I said this literally released as a movie. This was the highest grossing concert film of literally of all time, and to be very honest with you, this was better than the concert. Why? Because cheaper drinks in terms of the staff in the bar, you go to the bathrooms, the parking's cheaper, because you go to AMC, there's literally no parking sometimes, and even traveling because it's literally closer. And one thing that this movie did great was it brought Taylor Swift's dancers, facial expressions, movement, her eyes up close and personal for you, the audience, especially in IMAX, to see. Yes, it is a lot about her, and I used to listen to her a lot, especially during my high school days in terms of Love Story, Bad Blood, Reputation. But still, when I was watching this movie, I felt like dancing and vibing in terms of the music and the history, because music means a lot to me. Of course, right now we have some house music playing in the background, but to me, of course, with the dating, the romance, with the relationships, Taylor Swift had to be nominated for top 10 best of the year, because it's literally a movie, concert movie. Of course, Beyonce didn't do so well, but still, Taylor Swift right now is on cloud 9, and I cannot wait to experience something like this again at the theaters. Number five, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse in IMAX. That's right, we went to go see this in IMAX, and the reason why I put this here, number 5, is because this is anime and animation. The present in this film is amazing, showing us different worlds and different styles of the animation, such as Gwen's Motherwork world. If you saw this in the theaters, anime and animation are absolutely coming up in this world. We even had movies that came out in anime this year, such as Sword Art Online, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, and even Demon Slayer. So to me, animes influence the movie culture going forward, and I cannot wait to see what they come up with the third installment. And let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Hint, hint, it deals with a video game, Spider-Man Miles Morales, as well as Spider-Man 2, which I have both played and platinum Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5. You cannot tell me that Spider-Man, the video game, did not have any influence on this movie going forward. People learned about Miles Morales in terms of the video game, and in terms of Spider-Man 2, people know about Miles is now, they like Miles, they're way more comfortable with him. So to me, like I said before, video games and movies are taking ideas from each other, and I absolutely love it, because of course, I am a gamer, I play video games, I have PS5, so to me, watching movies and gaming, growing up together, it is amazing. But also Miles is a character, he's grappling through school, college, I say, does he like Gwen, does he want to be with Gwen, how to become Spider-Man in this cultivated world that he's so busy in. And number four, we have Megan. That's right, Megan, and we went to go see this in Normal. I remember the first trailer when I saw this, and usually I don't watch trailers. I was watching Halloween Kills last year in the theaters in IMAX at AMC South Barrington 30 when I was looking up, because the trailer was coming up and I didn't want to see trailers, but I knew I was going to like it because Megan, she's an AI doll, but she's cool, she's sassy, she's hot in terms of like her voice is soft and scared. It's scary to be threatened if you threaten her. But this is another AI movie movie that's prevalent in this world because AI is becoming so huge in this pop culture genre. This movie takes things that we love, such as Chucky, but also incorporated to the new audience, such as millennials, Gen Z, and Gen X. Plus, the daughter relationship was amazing and heartful. Megan must protect her at all costs as a child, but even that protection must like, oh my gosh, I must eliminate her enemies at any cost, and eliminate means like killing and stuff. But also, this is a great movie for new gens, millennials, so everyone can like it. And this literally came out the first movie of the year, and I remember saying that in the review, this was nominated for top 10 best of the year. And Megan is such an amazing movie, and 2.0 is coming out next year, and I cannot wait for Megan 2.0. I literally need more Megan of my life, and the way this movie was curated, whoa, amazing. And number four, we have John Wick Chapter 4, and we went to go see this in IMAX. This movie was a great send-off for the character, but of course, rumor has it they're gonna make another one, and with the Continental series hitting on HBO Max, it was amazing to see. But this movie had beautiful fights, long sequences with choreographic gunshots with this thing called gun fu, with amazing neon such as the hotel and the art room, which I'll post pictures on here right now, and of course the stairwell scene that should not be missed. And one thing this movie did amazing was literally towards the end of the movie or at segment, they literally put the camera up down like they have in the video game. Like I said, another nod to video games, and it stayed there for a while. That was a new introduction to a terms of cinematography that the movie did, because I was like, wow, when the movie went up and down, I'm like, this is beautiful. It's like literally like a video game, like 12 minutes. He was fighting hand-to-hand combat known as Gun Fu, and of course the audition with Donnie Yen was amazing to see him fight his way with John Wick. Going for the top two, and number two, we have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and we went to go see this in IMAX. This movie was practical filmmaking at its finest. They literally built a train so they can blow it up. If you've seen some of the behind the scenes, Tom Cruise literally comes from a platform to jump off and do the IMAX thing, like, I just thought the hand-to-hand combat was amazing. But the reason why I put this a step higher than John Wick is because the perfect, great chemistry with Haley Atwell. As soon as Haley Atwell entered the scene in IMAX, of course, she's beautiful, she's drop dead gorgeous babe, perfect. But her chemistry with Tom Cruise was mesmerizing throughout the whole film. She's of course like saying like, can I trust him? Is he a friend? Should I kill him? Is there hints of romance? Of course, romance. You know me, I love the romance, but it's also scary because this is another movie with the threats of AI so prevalent in our day-to-day lives that can be literally scary if it takes our life away. And especially that submarine at the beginning of the movie, what happened to it? Wow. And number one, we have Gran Turismo, and we went to go see this in IMAX. That's right, in IMAX. The reason why this is my number one is because this is a true story of a gamer, a guy that plays Gran Turismo 7 on PS5 with the simulation in the steering wheel, to a gamer, to a racer. This is from John Martinberg. That's his real life name, but he also played the video game. I have the video game. I played the video game. I bought the video game. I put a video on here right now to show you that this is my car. In game. But one thing that I really connected with this before we talk about the action stuff, this movie had a great message about not giving up on your dreams. His father, his family, his friends, his co-workers, even the people training him. And when he makes it, people are telling him that he will never make it, that he can't do it, that he should just give up, that you're never amount to anything. The reason why that connected with me, I literally quit school to become a YouTuber, to talk about movies. I have people that are probably watching right now, family members, brothers and sisters that tell me I cannot do YouTube. Even my workplace is telling me, some of them, that I can't do YouTube. I will never stop doing YouTube. If I have to be a waiter for the goddamn rest of my life until YouTube works out, then great. I will never become stopping a YouTuber. And if people tell me that that I should choose something else, I will literally cut them off from my life. That's why it resonated with me, because this guy telling him that he can't do it, and he literally made it. This is not just some made up story. This is a true story of Jan Martinberg. He literally made it from gamer to racer. And yes, of course, there's high speed octane action with the races, with the drama between the characters. You do hear the revs of the engine. There's multiple races. There are dramatic scenes and dialogue. The only thing that's lacking about this movie is the romance. Yes, it has romance, but it feels like it's tacked on. It feels like the movie was like, oh, we need to have romance, so let's put it in there. Yes, it doesn't go deeper as I thought it would, but still, the overall message of this movie, especially in IMAX, and yes, it was filmed for IMAX, you can absolutely feel electric behind the characters and the cars, and that's why I played the video game. I have the video game. I know what this guy is going through in terms of making something dream dream come true. And that, guys, is the top 10 best of the year. Don't worry, in a few days we're gonna do more top 10 to 20. It's been a great year for movies, and I cannot wait to jump into next year with you guys. As always, if you made it this far, if you made it in towards the end of the year, I appreciate you so much. Maybe considering hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care, bye.